tech firms in Europe, but my journey started right here in Ogun State, Nigeria. As a teenager, I always wanted to be a medical doctor, but I found joy in coding during a 7-day digital bootcamp in 2016. Today, I work as a software engineer at one of the world's leading blockchain startups, and I've also worked with other engineering teams across 3 continents. My name is Shedrack. I earn well and thrive in a career that I love.
It's safe to say I learned a skill and became a global talent. You can too.
I am a software engineer at one of the leading tech.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are joining us from. We want to welcome everyone again to this amazing class session for the Digital Skill Up Africa training. How many of us are excited? Let me see in the comment section real quick how excited you all are. I mean, it's been 3 weeks of intensive training. Many of us are already anticipating the outcome from this training. I'm super excited about all of our students' progress so far, your dedication to learn, your interest to know much more about this particular skill you've picked up and to be best in. Quickly, let me just see our emojis. Let me see how excited you all are. Yes, I can see a lot of comments right now. Wow. You guys are really ready. You guys are really ready. Today is going to be another amazing time. So real quick, I want you to reach out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people and tell them that we are live right now. Whatever you are, whatever you might be doing right now, we know for some of our students who are probably Christians, you are enjoying the Easter break. So right now, at least dedicate the next 1 hour to learn something new and how to build your portfolio as a person. So reach out to 1, 2, 3 people that are your friends, your colleagues, someone you've met during the course of this training, and you have started, you guys have started working together and you already know each other. Reach out to them real quick and tell them that the class is live right now. The class is live right now. Let's do that. Let's do that quickly. If you have reached someone, just drop a comment section. Just drop a comment section, a comment in the session rather that I've done that already. So let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. I'm liking the energy. I'm liking the energy. I'm liking this energy. All right. All right. All right. Okay. I can see that a good number of us are still reaching out to 1, 2, 3 people. Our facilitator is ready for tonight's session, and she's super excited to be in the studio with me right now. She's excited about it, knowing fully well that beyond the skill you've already embraced, you already know that portfolio building is sacrosanct for you as a tech person. Not even tech only, but as a person generally, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 1 or 2 things that you are working with or you're working on, or you have something you do, portfolio building is essential for you to pivot yourself into becoming a global talent in this generation that we are, in this dispensation that we are. So this class is just the best class for you to join, and you shouldn't miss at all. So let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Reach out to 1, 2, 3 people. Tell them the class is live. Tell them the class is live, and they shouldn't miss out on it at all. They shouldn't miss out on it at all. All right. I'm just going to give us 2 more minutes to do that real quick. 2 more minutes to reach out to 1, 2 people. And also, if you've done that, just drop in the comment section and say, I have reached out to someone already and the person is on the call. Make sure the person is on the call as we speak. Make sure the person is on the call as we speak. Beyond just being eager to learn, it is essential that your friends and your colleagues are not left behind in learning about building portfolios. And yes, just in case you know 1 or 2 people that have not joined, let them know that today's session comes with a task. Yes, and I'm sure you heard that right. Today's session comes with a task. There's going to be a task that would be sent to us during this session, and it will be essential for all of our students to attempt the task in this class. So because we understand that after today's class, our next class, which is on Monday, is going to be our course specific class. So this is in quotes, maybe not the last general class we are going to be having, but immediately after this class, the next session is going to be a course specific. So generally speaking, there's going to be a task for everyone today. And trust me, it's not going to be something difficult and something too hard for you to attempt. So let's do that quickly. Reach out to 1, 2, 3 people, tell them that the class is live and they shouldn't miss it for any reason. They shouldn't miss it for any reason. They shouldn't miss it for any reason. Welcome everybody once again. My name is Iyanolu Adeniji and I'm going to be your moderator for today's session. Today we are going to be talking about portfolio building, and you'll be super excited that our facilitator for today's session is someone who has built capacity in that area, in that area. Talking about portfolio building, placing your works, your skills, whatever you've been able to do, whatever you've been able to achieve, projects you've worked on, positioning it in a way that can attract valid people to look out for you and also get you the job you have actually been anticipating. Beyond the skills that you have, one of the major things that is essential is that you build a portfolio that speaks for you and position you for strategic employers that can be able to look out for you and also onboard you to do amazing stuffs and also be blessed with everything that you do personally. All right, all right, all right. Okay. So quickly, I'm going to be introducing our facilitator right now. And our facilitator is the person of Esther Ajayi. She is one of our facilitators for the Digital Scale Up Africa training. And by the grace of God, she is here with us this moment to have an amazing time with us. Good evening, Esther. How are you doing today?
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day from anywhere you're hearing me. My name is Esther Jai, and it's good to be here. I'm very fine, thank you, Yanu.
Thank you so much. So, Esther, there's one of the major things that I realized even when Incubator launched the campaign for this live session. I noticed that most of our students, they were really anticipating. And one of them, I quote, said that, what is the use of learning a skill without building a portfolio? Which makes me to conclude that portfolio building is very essential for us as a person who is into this space and world. So, in just a few minutes, maybe like 1, 2, or even less, I want you to just talk a bit about what our expectations should be like from today's session.
Okay, thank you very much, Iyanu. So, at the end of this session, you should be able to know the tools you can use to build your portfolio. You should be able to know why your portfolio, you should know why building a portfolio is really important. You should know how to start building a portfolio. You should know the necessary things, the must haves that you should have in your portfolio. For example, if you are going out of the house, there are some very basic things that you must take as a lady so that you don't get embarrassed, at some point. So building a portfolio is more like you should have the basic things that should be in your portfolio so that when people see that portfolio, they don't see it as an incomplete project or they don't see it as an incomplete case. Imagine you are going to submit your CV somewhere and then your name is not on your CV. So when they are addressing that person, they don't know who they are addressing. That's something that should not, we're going to see mistakes that people run on portfolios that help them or that make them not get seen by employees or employers, sorry. So I think at the end of this, you should
Yeah,
have you should be able to you should be able to know what a good portfolio looks like and what an incomplete portfolio looks like. Yeah. So I think that
beautiful,
would be
beautiful. Thank you so much, Esther. So, without wasting much of your time and giving you the floor, I'm going to hand over to you right now. Have an amazing time in your class.
Thank you very much, Iyanu. Good day, everyone, once again. My name is Esther Ajayi. I'm a product designer, product manager, and I facilitate. I teach product design. Um, I want to tell you a story. I want to use, maybe we're going to start from a story first. So the story is about Yinka, who is an interior decorator. Yinka finished learning interior decoration. This is not even about tech, yeah? So Yinka learned interior decoration, she had done some jobs in some places, but she didn't take pictures of what she did, even though it was really nice. She didn't document any of her processes. She didn't talk about how she was able to get the colors that she used for her work. She didn't talk about how she was able to, do all those amazing designs. She just designed them and then she left. So one of these days, she met a multimillionaire who asked her, I want to see what you have done. I want to see if you can actually decorate my house in a way that I would be pleased. I don't just want to hear the things you are saying to me. I want to see what you have done. It was so unfortunate for Yinka that she didn't have any example of works that she had done. And so she missed out on that multi-million-dollar project. So if you're a redeemer, you know that this is a landmark year for us. And because it's a landmark year for us, we have to be ready to make it a landmark year. Without being ready, without building a portfolio for ourselves, without putting ourselves out there, without showcasing the things that we have done, without showcasing the things that we can do, we may not be able to get the job that we deserve. And your portfolio is more like your professional self. I was talking to someone today and I said, would you hire yourself? Your portfolio is the professional you. Your portfolio is who you are, but in the professional sense. Now, without you putting yourself out there, showing people the things that you can do, you probably would not get a good or a great job. You just probably get people wanting you to do things for the barest minimum. So let's go into it because of our time. Normally, when you hear portfolio, or for example, take the job I do, product design. When you get to the point of building a portfolio, it's always a hassle. It's always a big deal. Why? Because a lot of things, like there are so many things that could be confusing. What are the things that I should put on my portfolio? Should I put my picture on my portfolio? Should I put all the tasks, whether the ones I've done, the ones I learned, the ones someone did? Should I put it on the portfolio? Where should I start from? What should I put on the portfolio? How can I create my portfolio to be very amazing so that the right people can see me? How do I stand out? How do I show my skill? Look at us now. I think on this call, I'm sure we are over 200, we are over 300 watching this call, yeah? And at the end of the day, almost everybody is going to have a portfolio. So how can I stand out when I'm showing my portfolio to people? How do I land myself a good job with my portfolio? Those are questions that would really be coming to our mind when we are talking about portfolio. Building a portfolio can be tasking. Building a portfolio can be confusing. And because sometimes it can be confusing, so many people end up not having that portfolio at the end of the day. I said here, if you look at what we are presenting, building a portfolio can be a hassle, but having a good portfolio is more of a blessing than you can think of. Yesterday, someone requested for my CV and a link to my portfolio. And because I had one, I just sent the CV and my portfolio to the person, knowing that, I'm ready for any other thing that wants to come up. So you can create a good portfolio that can make you stand out. I'm seeing someone talking about video quality. If your video quality is not too good, please try to check the settings on YouTube or whatever device you are making use of so that you can make it better. All right, thank you very much. So let's go ahead because of time. Now, what is portfolio? Before I continue, before I go to the next page, I want to see someone define portfolio in the chat section. what is portfolio, or what is a portfolio, or what do you think a portfolio is? Because really, we just came here now and then we said, oh, you guys have to create a portfolio, and we're talking about creating a portfolio, putting yourself out there. Exactly. I'm seeing a question. What is the difference between a CV and a portfolio? So let's start. What is a portfolio? Who can help me? What is a portfolio? All right, so I see Adebayo Grace. Let me see. She said a portfolio is the professional me. You just took the words right out of my mouth. Portfolio entails everything about you and what you do, okay? Portfolio houses all my works done. I like that. Okay. So someone has already asked here. Someone said, what's the difference between a CV and a portfolio? Can someone also put that in the chat section? Someone says a portfolio is the collection of one's work. Yes, Miss Juliet, that's correct. Okay. Portfolio is the evidence of the professional you. All right. Portfolio is a collection of your work. Portfolio is an entity. Okay. This is a visual representation of works that you have done. All right. I see. Oh my God, you guys are writing a lot. I'm not sure I can read all of this, but this is really nice. A portfolio is the breakdown of all. Portfolio is the gathering together of the works that you have done and tells people of what you are capable of doing in your field. Yes, that's great. Portfolio is a collection. Let me see that. Portfolio is a professional means to showcase my work, which will be on my website. Okay. Portfolio is brand identity. I like that word. Portfolio is brand identity. Portfolio is your major. I don't know why the charts are just moving, moving. I can't really pick some things. Okay. So someone, Oluwagbenga Idowu says, a showcase of an individual's work, skills, and accomplishments, often used for career advancement or business purposes. Very, very correct. Very, very correct, Mr. Benga. Someone says a compilation of your skills. Yes. Portfolio is a collection of the works you've done. It's your identity. Someone says CV. Ogunjobi Blessing says CV has to do with your job experience, while portfolio is who you are. Okay. Portfolio is a collection of the work you have done, your identity. Okay. Portfolio is a summary. I'm going to read, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word right, but I'll just pronounce what I can pronounce. Zach, a compilation of individuals' work, samples showcasing your skills and achievements, open to everyone, and it's not usually tailored to a specific job like a portfolio. Okay. All right. Okay. I see you guys are really, really helping me out here. So let's move ahead and let's see what a portfolio is. Then we can talk about a CV. Yeah. All right. So we said a portfolio is a curated collection of best works and projects curated by you to showcase your skills, your experiences, and achievements to potential employers and clients. So you see that if we're taking it from here, we see that a portfolio is a collection of your best works, your best projects, your best case studies curated by you to showcase what you can do, to showcase your experiences, and to showcase your achievements. When you see a CV, you can see a CV. A CV is more of a summary of maybe things that you have done. And to make your CV even noteworthy, instead of you talking about step by step of the things that you have done, you are giving a summary of the outcome of the things that you did while on that job. So your CV for your work experience, if you have worked in, let me say, if you've worked in yellow chair industry as a product designer, in your CV, what you probably would write there is you were able to design a web application, or you were able to design a mobile application that increased or improved the sales of yellow chair by 25%. So that is something you can do, you can write on your CV. What led to something. But when you are looking at it from the portfolio segment now, you are explaining how you designed that website. You are explaining in depth what you did on or in that particular project, in whatever project you are working on, whether it is artificial intelligence. How were you able to infiltrate so and so website and then get so and so data out? How were you able, if it is video editing, how were you able to edit that particular video and bring out the best from that particular video? So whatever field it is, if it is data analysis, how you were able to to get the right data and interpret that data. So if you are talking about a portfolio, you are talking about in-depth of the things that you did on that particular job, or on that particular case study, or on that particular project, or on that particular work, or on that particular task. So a portfolio is a curated collection of your best works. And as I said, best works, not all your works. You may have done like 25 things, but maybe out of those 25 things, you have like 4 amazing jobs that even wow you every time. Those 4 amazing jobs are things you should put on your portfolio to make you stand out. Now think of your portfolio like your best friend. Think of your portfolio like your advocate. Think of your portfolio like a storyteller, something that goes before you to say a story about you, to say a story about what you do. If you are looking for a job, your portfolio is a key tool to getting you noticed and hired. It is a tangible demonstration of what you can do, not just what you say you can do. So it's more than what you say you can do. It is about what you can do, and people can see it that you can do it. A portfolio is more than a resume. It is more important than a CV. So it is an evidence of your capabilities. It's an evidence of your capacities. It shows your work. It shows your skills. It is a key element of your career and getting a job in your field. Now, if someone sees my portfolio, someone is going to see that, okay, probably Esther does most websites with micro animations. Esther likes to do micro animations. Esther likes to use maybe light mode and dark mode in a website creation, or in a mobile creation, or whatever. So you can see that from my work. You can see my strengths in my portfolio. You can see in fact, you can see a lot more from my portfolio that defines the professional me from any other person. Portfolio bridges the gap between your resume and the real world impact, and it shows employers your abilities to deliver results. So for example, you were able to work on a project for 2 months or for 4 months. It is written in your portfolio that within 2 months, I was able to do this, and this. So from your portfolio, people even see that, oh, this person can deliver. This person took 3 years to do a particular task. This person took 2 months to do a particular task. So are we looking for the person who can do it within 2 months? Or are we looking at the person who can do it within 2 years? So I mean, that's that. Let's move further. Why is your portfolio important? Your portfolio is important because it differentiates you from other candidates. Your portfolio is important because it differentiates you from other candidates, especially if it is an online portfolio. So if it is an online portfolio, it differentiates you from other people. If they say give your portfolio and somebody is submitting a PDF portfolio, you that submitted a website, you that submitted a www.this as a portfolio, it makes you stand out. Then it demonstrates your technical and your soft skills. It demonstrates your problem-solving skills. It demonstrates your creativity. If you did your portfolio in such a way that it's very enticing, very, very demure, if you did your portfolio in such a way that it's, very classy, people would see that, yes, this is good and this person can solve the problem that I am looking for. Building a portfolio also builds credibility and trust. When you have a portfolio, people know that you can deliver the result. So even as a content writer, I'm going to just be picking every tech skill that I can think of. As a content writer, you might think that you don't need a portfolio. You do need a portfolio. The write-up, how do you come about your write-ups for different jobs that you do? What is your thought process? So I have a particular job I'm running. Maybe I have to create content for a particular website. So maybe I have to create a particular a write-up for a particular website. How did I come about the thoughts? How did I come about the language? How did I come about this? How did I come about that? You know, when you put all of those things into consideration, when you put it in your portfolio, that I thought about the language of, as we were saying, yellow chair industry or yellow chair Nigeria. I thought about yellow chair Nigeria, and I discovered that we are fun people. So the content, the way I wrote my content was fun. I used the personality of fun and classy to write my content. By the time people are going through your portfolio and they see that, oh, you speak the brand, you have the voice of the brand, people would hire you to help them speak their brand. Why? Because you have already written that in your portfolio. So your portfolio helps you to build credibility and trust. Your portfolio provides talking points during interviews. When you are in an interview, and you just mentioned that in so and so projects that I worked on, remember I said this, I did this was the reason why I did this. So it helps you to have talking points. If you do I remember one of the interviews I had, it was because of something I had designed. I designed an HR application. So it was because of that particular HR application that these people called me for an interview. Why? Because they were wowed by what I did on that particular project. So it helps you, it gives you talking points. It tells your professional narrative in a compelling way. It offers you a reminder of your outstanding achievements. It helps potential clients visualize working with you. It improves chances of gaining customers, and then it demonstrates your consistency. I'm going to dwell a bit on demonstrating consistency here, because sometimes you would see that in your portfolio, you are talking about the timeline you did something. So within 3 months, I was able to design an application. Within 3 months, I was able to write content for so and so website, and it generated so and so stuff. Within 4 months, I was able to work here. Within 5 months, I was able to do this. Within 6 months, I was able to do this. People see that, okay, this person is consistent in building solutions or in preferring solutions. And because you've done that in the first project, the second project, the third project, the fourth project, they see that you are consistent at it, and then they can give you that job. Unlike someone who has just somebody has just done a cybersecurity work once, and it is only one cybersecurity stuff that is in his portfolio, and you have maybe 5, 6 projects in your portfolio. Someone has 1 project in his portfolio, another person has 6 projects in his portfolio. Who do you think would think they would believe is consistent? You that you have 6 tasks in your portfolio that you have worked on, yeah? So your portfolio demonstrates that you are consistent in that particular skill that people are looking for. I hope you guys are following. And yes, this is a general class. So building a portfolio takes time, so it's better you start early, keep it up to date, archive samples of your work, document properly, and update it consistently. If you are not going to remember anything from all of this class that I've had today, remember that building a portfolio takes time. So it is actually good that you start early. If you have a work that you are doing right now, if you have a project you are running right now, start documenting from your ideation phase, from the point where they gave you the project that I want you to work on so and so. Put it somewhere in your document it and say, okay, this is the case study we are working on. We are working on solving the problem of light in Nigeria. That is the case study. Now, for every of the step you take in making that topic or that problem a solvable one. Document. If there is a picture you need to take that picture, document it. If there is somebody you are talking to, take a picture, document that. If there is an interview you are running, document it. If there is somewhere where you are writing, maybe the point where you even squeezed about 27 papers because you were tired, you couldn't even think very, very well, you have 27 papers squeezed together on your table, take a screenshot of those 27 papers. It is part of your documentation process, so that at the end of the day, when you are putting things together and you are drawing up the case study of your for that particular topic, you can say, at some point I got confused. That part where you said at some point I got confused, bring that paper, put it there. Then you can continue. Make sure you document all your process, so that by the time you get to the end and you say, these were the things I learned from this particular project, people will understand that you are not just saying it because you feel like, you are saying it because you were the one that passed through that particular project. You were the one that carried out that particular project. And to make it funny, it was not AI that helped you to do that project. You were the one, you passed through it. So document your work, update it consistently. Now, when do you need a portfolio? You need a portfolio when you are applying for jobs, especially when it is a competitive one. Like right now, we have competitive jobs like cybersecurity. We have competitive jobs like video editing. We have competitive jobs like product design. We have competitive jobs like front end, back end design, full stack design, and full stack development. All of those jobs now, if you are going to be moving, if you are going, even graphics design now is very competitive, because people are going into content creation, people need good graphics guys, people are going into digital marketing, very competitive. You need a portfolio to show your skill. You need a portfolio to show your skill. Now, you need a portfolio when you are trying to be a freelance person. You need a portfolio when you are trying to attract clients. You need a portfolio when you are trying to pitch to clients. You need a portfolio when you are trying to show a proof of work for collaboration, for grants, to speak in engagements. You need a portfolio when you are trying to change or transition your career. You need a portfolio. In fact, you need a portfolio when you are trying to do anything, when you are trying to even upskill yourself, when you're trying to request for a new salary in your place of employment. You need a portfolio. Yes, digital marketing is becoming wild. I remember a friend of mine met me last week, and then he said he needs a digital marketer badly. So digital marketing is really is something that is like oil money right now, because people want, every business is going online and every business wants to sell. So we need digital marketers. We need people to market our products really well. So digital marketing is also great. Now, what are the different types of portfolio you can create? Different types of portfolio you can create. We have digital portfolios. Those are portfolios that you can, that can be found on probably websites, maybe a www.something.com, all of those digital portfolios. There are digital portfolios. It can be a single page portfolio. That's just one single page portfolio. You don't need to enter another place, to click on somewhere like a full website. Those ones look like maybe a landing page or something. So you can have a single page portfolio. You can have multiple page portfolio. For example, you can have a portfolio like a website. So you can have a portfolio that maybe there's a full page for your about me, there is a full page for another thing, there is a full page for another thing, and then people can just check out what you do, enjoy your website, and then come back to meet you. So those are multiple page portfolios. Then we also have custom built portfolios. That's the one that maybe you employ someone like me as a product designer to design a portfolio for you. I design the portfolio for you. You go to meet a a developer, maybe a front end, a back end, or a full stack developer, then the person develops the portfolio and helps you to, put it somewhere, to host it in a particular place, and then you buy a domain and all of that. You can have that as a portfolio. Yes, your GitHub can also be termed as a digital portfolio because you can send the link of your GitHub to someone. You can send, I think, yes, you can do that. So we have hosted portfolios. For example, you have hosted portfolios like maybe Wix and all those other places that they've host, like, yes, even like Wix, you have Bubble, you have all of those places that they already have their hosting platforms, and then you just go there, you design or you upload whatever thing you need to upload, and then like Behance too, you can also do that. For all of those are digital portfolios. All those portfolios that you can quickly send links through and all, those are digital portfolios. We have PDF portfolios. PDF portfolios are portfolios that you can design that has a PDF kind of look. You can design those on Canva. You can design those on your spread, no, not spread, like your Google Slides. You can use your PowerPoint. You can use your yes. When you think of LinkedIn, is also, you can also use LinkedIn portfolios. Those are hosted portfolios. LinkedIn can also be termed as a hosted portfolio. So when you think of PDF portfolios that you can download as PDFs and then you can send to other people. So those are PDF portfolios. Now you can look at physical portfolios, maybe a particular portfolio that after you've worked on. For, I think this works a lot for people that are doing graphics design, people that are doing maybe a lot of works that deals with printing and the likes. So some of them work with physical portfolios that they carry about and then they give to some other people to check their works and the likes. So you can have a physical portfolio, the one that you print it and then you can take it from one place to the other. Now you also have hybrid portfolios. Hybrid portfolios are a blend of websites and then printed booklets. So you can have a printed booklet that feels like a physical portfolio. Then you can have like a barcode that links to your website. So someone can just scan the barcode and then it takes you to the website of the person and they can see almost the same kind of thing. So we have a digital portfolio that comprises of single page, multiple pages, custom built by developers or hosted. We have PDF portfolios, we have physical portfolios, and then we have hybrid portfolios that is a blend of websites and printed booklets for interviews with barcodes. So that's that with the different types of portfolios we have. Now, what makes a portfolio stand out? When you are trying to make a portfolio stand out, you want to go through the storytelling method. Not just, you can't just create your portfolio like a CV and then you feel that you've done everything right. So you want to probably have a storytelling method. You want to, I'm going to show us some samples of some portfolios and how they came up with their, method of drawing up their portfolios. You want to go through the storytelling method. You want to make sure that your portfolio is beautiful. That's aesthetics. You want to also make sure that there is visual consistency. Your colors are blending. You are not showing like different things that can send the interviewer or the recruiter out of the website. So you want to make sure that there is consistency and there is simplicity on your portfolio. You want to make sure that you are focused on results, not only the tasks. The tasks are very important, but you are also focused on results. And then you want to have social proof, like maybe a testimonial, an endorsement, a review from someone that you did a job for. You want to put that on your portfolio. And then you want to present your work in a very, very nice way, in a very professional manner, that when people see your portfolio, they just feel like, I want this person. There was a job I hired someone for. I think that was a month and some weeks ago. A lot of people, I think about 100 people, submitted their CVs and their portfolios for that job. But this person stood out not just because of the interview, but because of the portfolio he submitted again as well. Why? When we saw the portfolio, in fact, when I saw the portfolio, I was already in love with the person because I liked the way the portfolio looked like. So you want to make sure that the presentation of your portfolio is very, very amazing. Now, how do you build your portfolio? Because of time, how do you build your portfolio? What are the must-haves? What are the things that you must have in your portfolio? There must be the section of your about me, which should be brief, it should be warm, and it should be tailored to what you do. For example, look at what we have here. The first image here says, this is the name of the person. Hello, my name is Yashita Namdo. I love exploring new things. And then he goes about to talk about, a bit of something that he does again. Now look at the second orange, the one that is orange and very fireful. He just puts, maybe this is his real face, and then he just says, we design and build creative products. So the moment you see this kind of person, you already know that this person is probably a designer, and maybe he does a bit of maybe he does front end and back end as well. So you want to introduce yourself in a way that people can understand what you do immediately. Your about me should be brief, it should be warm, and it should be tailored to your niche. You can't be writing your about me and be saying in your portfolio, my name is Esther Ajayi, I am a redeemed member, I speak in tongues, I heal the sick, I raise the dead, when you're supposed to be talking about what you do. This is a professional thing, you understand? So you need to be professional about it. So tailor your portfolio, the about me, your portfolio, to what you do. So if you are a content writer, you can tailor your portfolio to content writing. Tailor your portfolio to content writing. You understand? Say something that, put a hook. That's something they will teach you when you get to digital marketing or when you get to content writing. Put a hook, or even UX writing. Put a hook that will grab the attention of the recruiter when you are talking about yourself. Now, when you now get to the point of projects, case studies, or your work, make sure you have at least 2 to 5 relevant examples of what you have done. When we are talking about the definition of portfolio, I said it is your best works that you are putting there. So put about 2 to 5 relevant examples or relevant projects that you have done. 2 to 5 relevant works that maybe wowed you or wowed the people that you worked for. Something like that. Put that in your case study. I will call it case study. You can call it your project, you can call it your work. And make that very, very amazing. Just put your project, let your project stand out. Now, your process, explain how you approached your work. Explain how you approached your work. There is a manner with which you carried out your artificial intelligence and machine learning. There is a manner with which you wrote that particular content. There is a manner with which you did that video editing. There is a manner with that. Explain your process. Maybe your process is called, maybe you can even give your process a name. You can give your process a particular name. This process, I call it, for product design now, we have our own method of of our process. If artificial intelligence has a method of carrying out a particular thing, of infiltrating a website, of hacking a website ethically and finding out faults in that website, you need to talk about that process so that people will know that yes, this person knows what he is doing. Now, talk about your results. So let's do a bit of maybe cyber security. So let's say I'm creating portfolio for myself as a cybersecurity person. And maybe I was able to hack into a particular web. Of course, that particular website that I'm hacking into, they've given me the right to hack into it. So maybe I was able to do some infiltrations, and I was able to find out things that should be sensitive information that they should not have put out there. And then I was now able to tell them that, please, so this sensitive information, you guys should not do it like this. And then they blocked it. And because they blocked it, maybe some fraudulent issues that would have affected them did not affect them. Now, I've talked about the process. My results will now be, because I was able to find out this, because I was able to infiltrate and find out these things within so and so time, we were able to stop fraudulent cases of about 25%, the same way you would do it on your CV, but this time around, the impact, the metrics, they will tell you some metrics that you need to consider from any of your skill that you are going to talk about or that you are going to be working on. So they will tell you that, okay, maybe because you designed this particular application and it is beautiful, you had more people on board, you had more people sign up to your project or to that particular application. Results, add the impact. Now talk about the tools that you used. If you use Figma, maybe for design, talk about Figma. If you use Python, if you use HTML, if it is Tailwind, CSS, if it is TypeScript, whatever tool, whatever coding language you use, you need to put it there. So for whatever, if it is SQL for data analysis, if it whatever thing you actually use, whatever tool, whatever language, you can actually put it there so that they will know that this person has good skill in this particular thing. Wow, time is flying. Now, you also need to put the testimonials. Maybe you need to tell someone that, please, this job that I've done for you, can you put a testimony for me so that I can put it on my portfolio? And then sometimes you see the same thing happens on LinkedIn, where people put a recommendation for you on LinkedIn. So that can also work as a good portfolio. Oh, I've worked with this person. This person is really nice. This person is a go-to person for this, for that. So that's testimonials. And then, of course, put your contact information. If you need to contact me, this is my email, this is my LinkedIn, this is my social media handle, this is my this is my that, and then a big button, contact me or hire me. Then you can also put your downloadable resume or CV. So if you want to use your CV, you can use your CV. If you want to use your resume, you can use your resume. And your portfolio can house more than one thing that you do. So for people who have learned front-end development and who have learned back-end development and who have learned maybe machine learning, you can have a portfolio that houses your front-end projects, your back-end projects, and then your machine learning projects as well. But also, you still need to follow and put all these things in your project. So these are just different examples of how people build their portfolios. If you look at the guy that has Pfolio, you would see you would see the sidebar has home, resume, services, portfolio, blog, and then a contact me. This is someone who is a data scientist. He has his name. Sorry, let me look at it very well. He has information about himself. He has a bit of his, education. He has his work experience and some other things. This person in orange. He has a creative designer based in UK, the projects that he has done, and then some of the selected works that he wants you to see, and look at the place, he kept a get in touch. So all of the social media handles and the likes, that's there. So those are just very, very few examples of what a portfolio can handle. Now, what are the tools you can use based on your different fields? For example, what I can use as a designer, maybe somebody else may not be able to use it. So you have various tools that you can use to create a you have various tools you can use to create a portfolio. So let's start from the general tools. You can use your Canva. Canva is good to create a portfolio. You can use Adobe Portfolio to create a portfolio, Behance. You can use Wix. You can use Squarespace, WordPress, Notion. Notion is also very good to build a portfolio. There are Google sites that create portfolio, but I think those ones are paid. I'm not sure if there's a free one. Then you can use Journal Portfolio. You can use LinkedIn. Of course, you can see that LinkedIn is also here to create a portfolio, which means that your LinkedIn can act as a professional portfolio for you. Now, for the developers, you can use your GitHub, you can use your GitLab, you can use CodePen, JS Fiddle, Replit, and so much more. I don't know. I'm not sure of any other one, but of course, so much more. You can also use, as designers, whatever designer you are, whether a graphics designer, whether a product designer, UI UX designer, whatever designer, you can use your Dribble, you can use Figma, you can use Adobe XD or Adobe Illustrator, you can use UiZard, you can use Webflow. Even a developer can use Webflow because that's a no-code developing tool. You can use Framer, you can use Card, you can use Bubble, and so on and so forth. Let's move ahead. You can also see, for writers, you can use clippings.me, you can use Medium, you can use Substack, you can use Mockrack, you can use YouTube. You can use YouTube to create a portfolio for yourself. That's a video portfolio where you talk about everything you did and all. You can use Vimeo. That's also a video kind of, to talk about what you are doing or what you've done. You can use Instagram, TikTok. You can use your different reels to talk about the things that you have done. You can use Loom. That's also a video kind of. Of course, there are video portfolios, so you can create a video portfolio for yourself. There is Notion for project and product managers. Notion, Miro, Trello, Asana, ClickUp. You can use Google Docs. For people that maybe they can't create a whole lot of things, but they can tweak Google Docs a lot. They can put pictures on Google Docs and the likes. You can also use Google Docs, but make it very, very beautiful. You can also use Google Slides. You can use Microsoft PowerPoint to, create your portfolio. For data analysis, you can use Tableau Public, you can use Kaggle, you can use Jupyter Notebooks, you can use Power BI, Observable, Data Science Portfolio, IO, and so many others. So if you are a developer, whatever thing you are developing, if you are using a code, if you are writing a code, even if you are a data analyst and you are using SQL and the likes, you can still use GitHub, you can still use GitLab, you can show your GitHub, you can show things on your GitHub and the likes. So I think that works. Now, what are the common mistakes? Geez, time. What are the common mistakes? Some people have too many projects and they don't put the details. That can send a red flag. Now we are talking about red flags, common mistakes. So if you have too many projects, you just wrote all your projects or you drew up all your projects, but you did not explain how you attempted those projects, it may give a red flag to your recruiter, and then your recruiter may feel that there's something wrong somewhere. So if you also have broken links, maybe you did not link your work well, and then someone has to click on something for 5 times and it's not working, then that can also send a red flag to the recruiter. If you have outdated information, for example, yesterday when I was told to submit my CV, it happened that my surname is not the surname I'm using right now. So I had to update it to the current surname. I had to change some dates of maybe jobs that I'm still working on currently. So I had to just put all those things. And as I was changing them on my CV, I had to rush to my portfolio as well to make sure that all those things are updated as well. And maybe some fresh projects that I want to put in, I started to put them in and the likes. Yeah. So sometimes focusing too much on aesthetics and not enough on value can send someone out. So when you are focusing too much on making it fine, making it move right, left, center, and all, but you are not focused on the task and the results and all, then you can send the recruiter away. Also, if there is no context or explanation to the projects that you have worked on, it can also send the recruiter away. If your portfolio is not aligned with your job target, it can send the recruiter away. I asked you to submit a portfolio for maybe machine learning, artificial intelligence, and you are submitting a portfolio for backend development. It does not sync, and if it does not sync, you can't get that particular job. So let the portfolio be aligned with the job target. Now, what are the wrong approaches? Excuse me, please. So what are the wrong approaches to portfolio building? Copy pasting other people's work without credits can actually land you into trouble. That's plagiarism. So please try as much as possible not to plagiarize. Please try as much as possible not to plagiarize. Try as much as possible not to, when you are using generic templates, like we have portfolio templates on Notion, we have portfolio templates on so many places. So when you are using generic templates, still try as much as possible to find a way to make your own unique. As much as you are using those templates, find a way of making yours more unique than the others. Then, because if you just use generic templates, anybody can see that and remember that, oh, this is a Canva template. Oh, I'm not going to, this person didn't put so much work into creating his portfolio, so I may not look into it. Now, don't treat your portfolio as if it's a resume dump, or don't treat your portfolio as if it is a dump. Just dump everything inside. All the works you are doing, you just dumped it there, and then you are leaving it and hoping to get a job. No, don't treat it as if it's a resume dump. Also, if your portfolio does not have a personality, a voice, if you are a fun person, let us see it from your portfolio that you are a fun person. I love to travel, I love to ride a bike, and all those things. You can put it in your portfolio to show who you are. You understand? So lack of personality, lack of uniqueness, it may be a wrong. If you don't have a personality or make your work unique, you may be going through the wrong approach of portfolio building. All right, now personal branding. Since we were talking about voicing or personalization or making your work unique, use consistent color tones, use consistent colors, use consistent tones, use consistent language. So if you are starting with a very Gen Z language, hey there, I'm Esther, continue with that all through. Don't go from hey there, I'm Esther to be thou as it may, I beseech you, brethren, give me a job. No. So you have to be consistent with your voice, be consistent with your colors, be consistent with your tone, be consistent with your language. Use your name. If you can buy a domain with your name, I mean, it also makes you stand out. So you can have your domain as www.jadesola.com, and then people will just see that personalization there. If you can link all your social media handles, like your LinkedIn, GitHub, Behance, Medium, everything, if you can link everything together to show, that they can reach out to you in all of this place, it also makes you stand out. If you can show your public social media handles, like maybe your Twitter, which is now X, your Instagram, your Thread, your Facebook, your Medium, you can at least put all of that there. Also, I know that, okay, thank God. So that's a method of personalizing your application or your portfolio. So do we have any question? I see that Yanu is already coming on board and trying to tell me that time will. So do we have any question? Any question for me? Any question? I'm sorry, I know that there's a lot of chats, so I can't really go through all of the chats, but if you have a question, now is a good time to send that question in. Okay, if we don't have a question, I have a question for you. Yes, okay, I see one. Someone says, please, can we? No, I thought I saw a question about slides. I believe anything about slides, you can contact DSA. The slides are already with DSA. So can we build our portfolio using Google Drive? It's possible to build your portfolio using this slide, using Google Slides, and then putting it on Google Drive. So you can do that. You can use your Google Slides to create your portfolio, and then you can now put it on Google Drive. How can I create a portfolio for project management? Of course, you can use different documents. You can use your ClickUp and some other, Asana and the likes to create a portfolio for your project management. So projects that you've done on project management, you can then create portfolios for that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Esther, for that wonderful session. I mean,
All
can we
right.
please applaud our facilitator this moment? Can we applaud our facilitators this moment? Awesome. It's been an amazing time together, to be honest. I mean, you're able to demystify what it takes to build a portfolio as a person, and it is something that all of our students should to watch over and over and over again, beyond just fulfilling all righteousness by attending the class, but you need to watch this video over and over again. I mean, the way you are able to also dissect all it takes, what it takes to build a portfolio in your respective fields, it's honestly amazing. It's honestly amazing. Please, let's appreciate our facilitator once again. Thank you so much, Esther, for the wonderful session. And let me just ask one or two questions, because I just to like talk a bit. It's not going to be like a long conversation, but just to talk a
Okay.
bit about it. So when it comes
Okay.
to portfolio building, one of the major things that we face, so when I'm saying we right now, I mean the student, from the student perspective, one of the
Okay.
major challenge we face is that how do I start building a portfolio? Because the mindset everybody has is that I want to learn a tech skill to make money.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we just make this money real quick? But they don't understand the process of portfolio building. So what is your advice for a student who is interested in building a portfolio, but they're in a hurry? What would you have to say to such a student?
All right. So if I'm in a hurry, I'm going to use my own self as an example because I was also a student at some point, and I wanted to build a portfolio so bad so that I can get a job. Now, what I would do is excuse me, I would volunteer to build projects. I would volunteer because without a project, you can't have a portfolio. Yeah. It's your project that actually makes the portfolio a portfolio. So you can't have a portfolio that is empty. I just remember this joke of EMPTY. Even if you remove EM and P, the TY is still empty. So you can't have a portfolio that is empty, which means that I need to volunteer because people don't really know that I can do some particular things. So I
Mm,
would walk up to someone, I would ask them, do you want me to manage your social media handle for some days or for some months? If I
mm,
can manage your social media handle and I can, get good, maybe people begin to follow you or something, 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 I can take that now, then use it to build my portfolio. Say from 400 followers, I was able to
mm.
help Iyano to now get to 10,000 followers. That already can
I
help
want that.
me. That already can help me in my portfolio. So I move from Iyano, I go to maybe DSA. I check their website, or I check their social media platform. I see that maybe they have 2,000 followers. I can ask them, please, can I help you to build or to move your followership from 2,000 to another number? I am
Mm,
volunteering again. Don't pay me because I know what I want. So I
mm,
volunteer there. I help them with their projects. Their maybe Instagram handle also moves from 2,000 now to maybe 25,000 followers. I pick that now. Now I have Iyanu as portfolio A, as case study A, and then I have DSA as case study B. Sincerely, I've already started building my portfolio. So without case studies, without projects, there is no portfolio. And how to start building this portfolio is by helping people solve problem. When I help people solve problem, I can now put that as things I have done in my portfolio, and then I have a portfolio.
Thank you so much, Esther. I mean, this is enough for all of our students who want to probably have answer to such a question. And I mean, when it comes to building portfolio, like you said, one of the major key points you made mention of is that
Yeah,
your portfolio is a long journey, right?
yeah,
In a way that it doesn't stop somewhere, right? It's a process. You keep building, you keep building, you keep building, you keep building until you get to a particular pace where you are able to say that, okay, I have a very valid portfolio, a good portfolio. And from there, you keep building. Even at that point, you don't stop. Thank you so much, Esther, for that. I really appreciate. And I look forward to seeing you in class next week as well, because you're one of our facilitators.
thank you
All
very
right.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So quickly, like I said earlier in the class, we are going to have a task for all of our students that are part of this class. And like you saw earlier, that there is a QR code or a barcode you need to scan so that you can attempt the quiz that is like a follow-up assessment or task for this class. Please make sure you scan that code and fuel and attempt the quiz, because it's going to add to your grade in this training. It's going to add to your grade. You can see it in your screen right now. Thank you, the technical team, for projecting that properly for our students. Make sure you either type the link out or scan this barcode right now and attempt the questions in the quiz. Make sure you attempt it, because it is essential for all of our students to do this as well. Also, our attendance link is on the description of this video. Our attendance link is on the description of this video. Make sure you click on the attendance. Make sure you fill the attendance, because if you don't fill the attendance, it's more like you didn't attend today's class. Make sure you fill the attendance. Make sure you fill the attendance. Thank you so much, everybody. I know that we have like two questions. The first one has always been about LMS. If you've not seen your LMS email, please make sure you check your email address. Search for the incubator on promotions, on socials, and your spam. Important. Make sure you check all through your email. We have sent the link for LMS to all of our students already. Please make sure you are onboarded on your LMS. And also, the next announcement is that next week, Monday, we are starting our course specific classes. Our general classes are going to be on a hold, and we'll pass more information about that, because in between the specific classes, we will still be having some general courses or classes during these times. But for now, our general classes, which has been up and running for the past 2-3 weeks now, is going to be on a hold. We move into course specific, but in that course specific classes, we are still going to be having our general classes. The schedule will be sent to all the students next week. Your class schedule will be sent to all the students, so that for AI/ML students, you can know which days of the week you're going to be having classes. But for Monday class, on Monday, all our facilitators, all the courses are going to be live next week, Monday. All the courses are going to be live next week, Monday. Make sure you tell your friends and make sure you don't miss out on it. Most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm here again to tell you to subscribe. I'm here again to tell you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram so that I can have proper updates, follow us on LinkedIn so that I can have proper updates, and engage with our posts. All of our students that have been engaging with our posts, we notice you and we are giving you guys a shout out. Thank you so much for being part of the Incubator Hub. We appreciate your engagement, and of course, we look forward to an amazing time together in this training. I'm sure you all already met your facilitators last week, where we had earlier this week, where we had all of our facilitators on board. And a big shout out to Mr. Temidayo Ayeni for handling that session well. It was an amazing session for everyone. So please make sure you don't miss the class on Monday. Make sure you don't miss the class on Monday. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We truly appreciate your commitment. We truly appreciate your efforts. God bless you all. See you some other time. Bye for now.
I am a software engineer at one of the leading tech firms in Europe. but my journey started right here in Ogun State, Nigeria. As a teenager, I always wanted to be a medical doctor, but I found joy in coding during a 7-day digital bootcamp in 2016. Today, I work as a software engineer at one of the world's leading blockchain startups, and I've also worked with other engineering teams across 3 continents. My name is Shedrack. I earn well and thrive in a career that I love.
It's safe to say I learned this skill and became a global talent. You can too.